What's going on, crypto peoples? Crypto Beast here, and today I have a podcast with the co-founder of Unstoppable Domains. So Unstoppable Domains is a project which allows you to create a domain on the blockchain. So instead of using GoDaddy or other services as such, you can create a .crypto or .zil domain where you never have to pay fees as you do every year at the moment for the .com or .co.uk ones, and also you can use it as your wallet address. So for example, john.crypto, and people can send you Bitcoin just using that instead of using those long strings of letters and numbers. So a very exciting podcast, and at the end, I will allow one of you to win a domain which I bought myself personally. So all you need to do is like the video, subscribe of course, and comment below letting me know what you think about this project and any sort of ideas that you may have in regards to how to utilize this in the future. So I've bought a domain called myaddress.crypto, so it might be worth quite a lot of money because you can actually resell them in the future. So make sure you enter the competition and enjoy this podcast, and I'll see you on the next one. What's going on, crypto people? It's Crypto Beast here, and today I'm joined with Brad, who's the co-founder of Blockchain Domains. To simply explain, Blockchain Domains allows you to create a domain which ends in crypto and .crypto and .zil. And what really excited me is that instead of having those long strings of numbers and letters as your blockchain address, you can literally use the domain for people to send you money. So a very exciting project. Brad, how are you doing today? You well?
I'm great. Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you on the show. Let's just start off things with you explaining a little bit about your project and how it all basically began.
For sure. So Unstoppable Domains builds domains on blockchains.
Yep.
And the idea is that you can use the domain for crypto payments. So you can attach your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, your Litecoin, all of your crypto addresses to this one domain.
Yep.
So you could have cryptobeast.crypto, and you could have your Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, all of your addresses. You could just tell me that. I can go into a wallet and pay you. I don't need to know what your addresses are. I don't even need to know which currency you want to receive because you've already added your addresses to your domain.
That's right. That's pretty crazy. So I've actually bought cryptobeast.crypto. So I can attach the four main cryptos to that domain. Is that correct?
You could attach 100 different addresses
really?
to it if you want.
Okay, which ones can you attach then? Well, don't mention all of them, but how do you choose the ones that you can attach?
So our goal would be to have it so you could attach every currency,
Okay.
Certainly every currency that is in demand. The only reason why there's a limitation right now is because those are the ones that our wallets support.
Okay.
So it's whatever your wallet supports. If we were to have a new wallet come out that had another 30 currencies they wanted us to support, we would add those fields so you could add those to your domain.
That is incredible. So in regards to what really confused me, so let's say I've got a domain, cryptobeast.uk or cryptobeast.com at the moment. Now, if I want to make the switch to the .crypto one, how exactly would that work?
So there's this payment side of it, but the domains can also be used for websites.
That's right. Yeah.
And the way it works is that you're going to put your website on a decentralized storage network. Like IPFS is probably the largest one right now, but there's a bunch of them. And so what you'll do is you'll store your website content there instead of on like Amazon Web Services or something like that.
Okay.
And the difference is that it's like you have multiple copies of your website on different people's computers.
Okay.
And because you have it on all these different copies on all these different computers, it means that no one of them can turn you off. Or if there's a glitch or something like that, or if there's a hack or something like that, there's no off switch for your website anymore. So only you can decide to put it up or take it down.
That's amazing, because at the moment you need to pay a yearly or monthly payment for your current domains. As far as I understand, if you do it through yourself, there's no payments. Am I understanding that correctly?
Yeah, well, in the traditional world, there's two things. There's your domain payment,
yeah.
And if you have a .com, you pay $14 a year or something like that,
yeah.
And then you also have your hosting service payment, where you're paying I don't know, GoDaddy has like little hosting services, but
That's
if you're a
what I
bigger,
pay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
yeah, if you're a bigger app, you're probably going to pay Amazon, but if you're a smaller one, maybe you're going to pay GoDaddy or something.
yeah.
And so each of those are their separate service fees. With blockchain domains, the domain you pay one time for. So a crypto domain costs $40. It's yours forever. No one can ever take it away from you. It sits inside of your wallet just like a cryptocurrency. So that's yours forever. Even if Unstoppable Domains were to disappear, wouldn't matter. That domain is still sitting inside of your wallet. You can use it forever. With the hosting, you're probably going to need to pay some sort of a fee to the people to host your content because they're just storing content. So you'll still have a fee associated with hosting costs, but ultimately it should be cheaper than the regular world.
Okay.
The real difference, though, is not so much, a blockchain domain and a blockchain website eventually can do everything that a regular domain or website can do.
Yeah.
The real difference here is that this is a decentralized internet. This is a censorship-resistant system. So if you're an activist somewhere in the world wanting to say something unpopular to your local government, you'll be able to put that up, and no one can take it down but you. And your website host doesn't get to decide what you can put up or what you can't.
That's what I really like. There's so much censorship going at the moment. I know a lot of my YouTuber friends are having issues with YouTube, and they're trying to move to decentralized platforms. And I think this is exactly what you're bringing. Now, the first thought I had, and this might be a bit of a stupid question, but is there any sort of potential lag or like speed differences within your website? Let's say you've got 1 million users. Do you think that would change, or is the fact that it's decentralized and there's so many computers running, there won't be such an issue?
So it's weird, and I guess the most important thing for people to keep in mind is that because this is an entirely separate, essentially separate internet, we're going to be kind of rebuilding everything. Mm-hmm. So initially it's going to be slower than regular websites, but that's because they're not stored in enough places. So what really happens is that the speed of your website is associated with how close somebody is to you that is serving up the website. Okay. So if you have a website that's really popular nearby you in Thailand, for example, and a whole bunch of other people are sharing it there, then it's going to go really fast there. Yeah. Whereas if I'm in San Francisco and nobody else is sharing it nearby me, it could be slower for me. But that's still like an issue of demand. If the website's popular enough, then it's going to work. It's going to be able to work great. And over time, this stuff's going to get just as good or better than the traditional system. But for now, it could be a little bit slower.
Okay, that makes sense. So everything runs on your blockchain that you created. Am I understanding that correctly?
No, we didn't build a blockchain. Okay. So we launched crypto on Ethereum. Okay. And so it's an app on it's a decentralized application on Ethereum. So other big decentralized apps would be like CryptoKitties is a really big one.
That's right. Yep.
Gods Unchained is another really big one. Mm-hmm. So the format that we use for domain names are similar to those. They're called ERC-721 tokens. Right. And so the technology is actually very similar to those things, but ours are domain names. So they work inside of any Ethereum wallet. I can send you the domain and you can store it inside of most Ethereum wallets and even see the domain stored inside your wallet. You can see it inside a Coinbase wallet right now, inside of Trust Wallet, a few others. So yeah, that's how it works. And then for the storage side, the storage is launching on decentralized storage networks like IPFS. Okay. Those aren't blockchains. Those are more like BitTorrent. Mm-hmm. They're like peer-to-peer sharing networks.
Now let's get to what I find is the most interesting part. Now, before in the beginning you sold the .zil, now you're selling the .crypto. Now I've been looking at some domains, and you have sort of normal domains and you have the premium domains. Now most of them are not for sale at the moment. Can you sort of explain, because I'm looking at some of them, they're like $1,000, $10,000. How exactly is that going to work? Is that going to go into an auction, or is it just going to be a flat off price? How are you planning to sell these?
So some of them, like the absolute top ones, are going to go to auction just because that's the most fair way to do it. Yeah. And we're going to have like an on-chain auction where you'll be able to see all the bids, and everything will happen on-chain in a trustless way. That's kind of hard to do from a tech perspective. So we'll be launching one of those probably in a few months. Not the first priority. First priority is, get people using the stuff for payments, get people using the stuff for websites. For premium domains, you'll see releases, which will be like buy now prices.
Yeah.
In the meantime, we should be launching them hopefully in the next month, at least the first batch.
Okay, cool. And let's go back to sort of you speaking about the speed. That I just want to get to the bottom of this. Now, you said the more people that sort of use your platform, the better the speed will be. Am I understanding that correctly, or is it the more computers connected? How exactly would the speed differ?
Yeah. So the weird thing is that a lot of this stuff is actually not being built by us, and it doesn't actually really rely on us.
Okay.
So like IPFS, for example, what's happening is that you post your website, and then it's actually very similar to how it worked back in the day with some of those like music sharing tools. I don't know if you ever used there was like Napster and Kazam. There was the glory days back in like 2000. You get any song in like a minute. So it's like that, where like if the song is popular, it means that a whole bunch of people are going to be willing to store that in order to share it. So it's like a give to get. So the way it's going to work for websites is if the website's popular, a lot of people are going to want to store it and share it because
and how would you do that? Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, so basically you would need to be an IPFS node.
Okay.
You would need to serve it up, and there's tools to make that easy.
Okay.
We actually have a tool that's going to make that pretty easy. That should be coming out pretty soon.
Yeah, and
but
there's going to be benefits to the people doing that, I would assume.
Yeah, I think initially it's going to be more like what you believe in. Kind of like the Napster thing, where it was like about which songs that you actually wanted to listen to yourself, and so you would then do it. But there's also commercial, meaning there are already nodes out there that you can pay. And so for you as the website trying to launch your website, you're probably going to want to like pay a couple of nodes just to make sure it's out there. Yeah. But then also encourage your users to store it as well, just to make sure that it's everywhere.
It's really funny that you brought up Napster because I'll be very honest with you. The first time I saw this project, the thing I thought of the first is the .com bubble, because it literally reminds me of because I can see I've tried to purchase domains which I thought would be valued at a bigger, more of a price in the future. And so many of them are taken. People are literally buying them up every single day. They're finding names which they think will resell. Because as far as I understand, well, this is what I did yesterday. I have a couple domains, and you can transfer them to your myaddress wallet, and then you can transfer them to other people after you've done that. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean they're completely controlled by you with your private key, so you can transfer them freely. I mean, it's literally just like sending Ethereum around on the Ethereum network. You can do it that easily.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to understand how that will work. So I've transferred it to my Mu wallet at the moment. Now, how would I be able to check it on my Mu wallet? Is it like adding a token or?
Yeah, I mean, so it's all about the UI of the different wallet apps. The wallet apps that make this really easy are the ones that are Web3 enabled.
Yeah.
So those are the best experiences, like Coinbase Wallet, Trust Wallet, IM Token are three examples where they have like collectible sections inside of their wallet, and you click on collectibles, and then you can see all your stuff. If you have a CryptoKitty, it'll show up with the picture. If you have a domain, it'll show up with the picture. So those are the best. The other ones, honestly, unfortunately, the easiest way to do it would be to go search on Etherscan, like search the address on Etherscan and find the asset.
Okay.
Which I know is like a little clunky, but it's up to every single app to decide what things they want to show you in the UI. The domain's still there, but what they want.
The main thing is there. So how would I personally transfer it to somebody else? Because I've got it on my Mu wallet now, and I know you can't reverse that.
You would need to. You would just need to. You could.
got you there.
with the UI. I mean, I think we could basically go through it and do it together.
Okay.
Fine. But yeah, it's doable.
It's doable. All right, perfect. Well, look, anybody who did transfer it to your Mu wallet, I'll leave the information down below, so you can read through it. If you do need to do that, me and Brad will go over it. So look, it's a very exciting project. I look forward to seeing the actual the auctions happening. I want to see how much these domains can really go for. and I look forward to seeing what the future brings for your project and more people sort of joining it. I want to thank you very much for coming onto my show. Is there anything else that you want to add personally before we wrap it up?
Just that I suggest everybody give it a try. Like, this is a way easier way to make crypto payments. So the easiest thing to do is to actually try it yourself. You can even take the simplest step of going into like Trust Wallet, for example, right now. Type in brad.crypto and you'll see it. You don't need to pay me. Don't need to send me. I don't need tips or anything. But just so you can check it out and see it. Brad.crypto. Type in a Bitcoin. Type it into the Bitcoin field. Type it into the Ethereum field. Whatever, you see it. That's the easiest way to really get the power of this thing, is to just see it yourself.
I completely agree. It's anybody who has a website who's focusing on blockchain, who takes crypto payments, you can literally go in, and if you're lucky enough, if you're quick enough, you can go and purchase like Tom's Bitcoin address.crypto, and you can send it to your clients or people sending you crypto, and they can literally use that, and it'll be much more easier for people who are not as involved in crypto to send you crypto. So I love that. Brad, look, thank you very much for joining the podcast today. And I'm sure we're going to keep in touch, and you have a good day.
Sounds great. Thanks for having me.
All the best. Bye-bye.